Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's about 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday because I wake up fairly early. If you're new to this channel, I'm Misha. I'm one of the two mythical unicorns here, and this is the start of another little reading vlog. Now, this reading vlog is only going to be for today because I start my next course on uni tomorrow, so not entirely certain there's going to be loads of reading in the coming week. Well, loads of reading, but not like for fun. So I have 2 books that I would like to get through today. We'll see how that goes though. Let's start with the one that I only have about 100 pages left to go, which is this one. And I think the English title is If All the Cats in the World Disappeared, or something like that. I'll put the book here so you'll know the actual title. And it's by Genki Kawamura, Japanese author. And if you don't know, this book is about a man who finds out that he has cancer and will die likely within the next 6 months. And then he meets, I think he actually finds out that he's going to die within the week. And then he meets the devil, who says, if you make a thing disappear from the world, like all of them disappear, you will get to live for another day. And he strikes up that deal, and the coming week is the craziness that ensues from that. And it's fantastic. It's really, really good. As I said, I have about 100 pages left to go on it. I am reading the Swedish translation because I happened to go into my our local bookshop in our hometown, our little town, and they had it, and I was like, you know what? I would rather like give my money there than wait for ordering an English one online, so I just got that. And the second one that I'm going to read, I'm really excited about, and it's Kiki's Delivery Service by Eiko Caldono, also a Japanese author, if I remember correctly. And this is obviously the book that inspired, or that the Studio Ghibli film was based on, and I'm really excited about it. Essentially, this is a world where witches exist, and at 13 they leave home to go to find their city where they can help and be of use. And essentially, Kiki, once she finds her town, decides that what she can do best is help out with deliveries. And then a lot of hijinks ensue from there. This is a fairly short book. I think it's not even 200 pages. Yeah, it's 190 pages something. So I might be able to read this. That's 300 pages in a day. It's doable, but we'll see. I'm also gonna try and, because I have a couple of posters that I would like to put up on my wall because it's so bare. So I'm gonna try and have a little break at some point and put that up, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna have my cup of coffee and I'm gonna continue on with If All the Cats Disappeared from the World. I think that's the English title. I'm sorry if it's not. I'll look it up. So let's get started, I guess. So, as you could probably see in those last couple of clips there, this book really hit me. This was incredible. Oh gosh. I don't I realized it was going to be sad when I picked it up because it is about a man that is dying, right? And it is, honestly, it's hilarious most of the time. Like it has a lot of interesting questions about what is important to you in the world, and like what are the things that you would choose to remove from the world to give yourself more time. And it has a lot of like interesting discussions about like what things we actually need. And it's really, really good. It's also a lot about family, which is what hit me so hard. This was absolutely incredible, and I definitely recommend it if you're ready for a bit of a tearjerker, at least at the end of it. Like most of it is actually pretty funny, and as I said, yeah, it has a lot of interesting conversations, and this man discusses a lot with the devil about like they have discussions about why the things that they're removing have been like important to humanity or why they haven't. And yeah, it's really, really good. I absolutely recommend it. But yeah, prepare yourself for the end of it because Jesus. Oh gosh, yeah, that really hit me. That was incredible. Okay, I need to recoup. I need some breakfast anyways. It's about 10:30 now. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast, watch something funny, probably, and then pick up Kiki's delivery service. I think this is gonna be a nice follow-up because I have a feeling this is gonna be pretty funny too. And like nice and magical and sweet, which is exactly actually what I've sort of been craving lately. I was talking to Anna, I think maybe last week or so, and I was like, like in the last couple of weeks, I've really been craving what I like to call like cozy fantasy, which is essentially like most of the time the stakes maybe aren't so high and the magic isn't explained. Like there's no magic system to understand. It's just like what is magic remains magic. Like it's so nice. That's kind of why I wanted to pick this up, because partly it's short and I think it's going to be really sweet and funny and magical and nice. So yeah, this is exactly what I need, especially after this literally tried to kill me. Okay, let's get some breakfast and watch some funny YouTube stuff, and then yeah, let's get on with reading then. And so breakfast is served. I'm currently rewatching this week's Run BTS episode because I couldn't think of anything else. So that's what's happening. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast, watch some Run BTS because why not? I might actually start reading whilst watching this because that's what normally happens. Not something that I normally recommend, but this is how I am. Most of the time, if I'm rewatching something, I'm also doing something else at the same time. Please tell me there's more people who do this. Like I like having something on that I know that I can sort of look up and watch and be like, oh yeah, this is happening now, and then I can sort of go back to reading. Does anyone else do this? As I said, not necessarily a recommended method because multitasking is never actually the answer. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and watch this because why not? All right. It's now 11:15 and I've gotten halfway through Kiki's delivery service. So I'm on page about 107 or something like that. Yeah, 107. So yeah, I'm over the halfway mark. Actually, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna be able to finish this today, but I'm gonna take a break now. I'm gonna see if because I live in student accommodation. So there are certain things that are approved to use when putting things on walls. unless you're using actual nails and things. Like I've put up my board here with nails and that's fine. But the posters, I do think they have supplies here that I can use to put them up. So I'm gonna go down and check that, and then I'm gonna put up at least one of my posters. That's the plan. And yeah, because my walls are very bare and very grey, which is fine. I'm gonna try and put some personality into this place. So I'm gonna go check if there's any supplies. If there's not, I guess I'll find something else to do. Okay, slight update and change of plans. I went downstairs and it seems like the things that we can sort of borrow to put stuff up on walls and things are in their office, which is locked during the weekends because they're not around. Fair enough. So I'm gonna have to go and do that tomorrow instead. But I figured I could show you at least the posters that I'm gonna try and put up. So I have this poster, which is a John Green quote with John Green's signature on it. So it says, "Love is keeping the promise anyways," and that is from The Fault in Our Stars. And then this has a bit of a story behind it. So when I was living in Belfast, there was this thing that was called the Breakfast Club, which essentially just meant that if you paid a certain amount of money, you could go to, I think it was one of the old like opera houses or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it was like an old building, and they would show like an old black and white film in there, and you'd get like a croissant and some coffee and stuff. And me and my best friend went and watched a movie there. And it's still, I love that. It was such like a nice morning. And so I managed to find the print of that movie poster on Etsy. And we watched The Roman Holiday. So yeah, I have this beautiful movie poster. And I just think like that's gonna be like such a nice thing to have on your wall because it has such like a nice meaning and story behind it. So yeah, I really want to put this up. I love how this looks, and it's really gonna stand out in my apartment because I don't have a lot of color in here. I don't know if you've noticed that I'm quite like monotone. I like my whites, I like my grays, I like my blacks, and that's about it. My couch, however, is blue. But yeah, that's about as much color as I get in here. But the other thing that happened, this is funny. In my apartment building, they have something that they call the exchange room, where you can sort of leave smaller things that you're not bringing with you when you're moving, or just something that you've sort of grown tired of or something. And I went in there because I thought that maybe the things that I was looking for was in there, and they were not. What was in there, however, was a grey rug. And I don't have one of those, but now I do. So I brought that up with me. We'll see how it works, because I do have like another rug right by my bed, but maybe I'll just move that to the kitchen or something. But yeah, I now have a grey rug. I'm gonna, I think, hoover a bit and then lay it out, I guess. This is fun. I was not expecting this. This was a surprise. So we'll see how this works out. I'm really excited. Let's get doing things. Okay. Now I have hoovered and I have like mopped the floors, so I can't move at the moment. I'm just waiting for it to dry. So I'm gonna sit down and read a little bit more. This is such a typical me thing to be doing. Like, this was not in the original plan. I'm not complaining because I'm cleaning my apartment, which is always a good thing. But it was like, this is light years away from what the original plan was, which is such a typical me thing. Right, I'm gonna wait for the floors to dry and read a bit more, and then I'm gonna put down my rug. I'm really excited about this, but Surprise, I guess. Okay, this is the rug. Yes, it is noticeable that it has been used before. Don't really mind though. It's like it fits perfectly in with my like the colors of my room. I have a lot of gray, as previously mentioned. So yeah, I really like this. It's nice and cozy. It looks great. I've put the rug that I had by my bed in my kitchen for now. We'll see, maybe I'll put it in the hallway instead, but I'm not sure that's going to work out with the door, if I can open that normally if I have it there. But for now, it's fine in the kitchen. It looks nice. Yeah. This is not how I thought my Sunday was going to go, but I'm fine with it. So, now that that's done, I did read a little bit more of Kiki's delivery service earlier. So I'm on page 128. This book is exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's exactly what I needed. It's a magical story about a young girl who's sort of coming into her own. It's really sweet. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So I'm gonna continue reading for a bit. I think it's like 12:15. So I'll stop for some lunch later. Maybe I'll even finish it before lunch. I don't know yet. And then maybe we can at least pick my next read. Let's see how that works out. Because as I said, my next course is sort of starting on Monday. And we have like, it's so weird. Next week, we're sort of starting a group project, which is one of the courses of this term. But then I think the week after that, so next Monday, we're going to start another course and sort of work through that. And then there'll be another week of this group project. So it's sort of like all over the place, but I guess that's fine. I'm going to continue reading. And if I finish this early, we'll pick my next read. So, it is now 10:01 and I have finished Kiki's Delivery Service by Eiko Caldono. Yeah, possibly. I'm sorry, I'm still very terrible at pronouncing Asian names. This was exactly what I needed. It's really sweet. It's nice and cute and like there's no high stakes, but it's like sometimes you just need something like this. And if you're looking for a middle grade with a bit of magic, but mostly it's about like just being a human in the world and relationships and making friends and finding your place in the world, this is exactly what you need. It's really sweet, and there's really beautiful illustrations throughout it. I'm going to show you the first one because there's no spoilers in that. Look at that. Not all of them are like covering a page, but yeah, they're beautiful. There's another one. Her hometown. It's so sweet. Yeah, I really liked it. It was, as I said, it was exactly what I needed right now. So I definitely recommend this. I should really be eating some lunch now, but I'm not hungry. I had a fairly late breakfast, I feel like. I don't know. What am I gonna do now? So I feel like I need a little bit of a break from reading because that's essentially all that I've been doing today. I do want to pick what I'm gonna read next, but I'm not sure what I feel like because I haven't actually bought books. Well, I've literally, the 2 books that I've read today I bought within the last 2 weeks. So I shouldn't say that I haven't bought books lately. I have. But there's a couple of books that I want to pick up and read that I don't have in my possession, which is kind of sad. I'm also listening to an audiobook. It's Extraordinaries by TJ Klune. And it's really funny. It's such a strange little book about like superheroes and things and fandoms. That's really sweet, but I don't feel like listening to that. And I don't know if I have anything else that I need to be doing, really. Sad life. It's a Sunday. I was just gonna like chill out and read, and I thought this was gonna take much longer to read than it did. I mean, yeah, I don't read a lot of middle grade, but this reads really, really easily, and there's quite large text and things. So yeah, this didn't take me very long. Right. Yeah, I'll figure something out, and I'll get back to you. So, right, how do I start this? Okay, it's Anna's birthday, 2nd of March. And essentially, this is what happened. I knew exactly what I wanted to get her. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to order that now and I'll just send it to her house and have it packaged. Like, that's perfectly fine. Because of COVID and everything that's happening, like, I haven't seen Anna since like early January this year, like in person. So that's weird. And essentially I was like, I'll set this up, I'll send it home, that's perfectly fine. And then it turned up at her house last week. So 2 weeks before her birthday. And I was texting her like, hi, there's gonna probably turn up a birthday gift at your house this week. And she was like, okay, cool. And then I looked at my postal app and I was like, oh, it's been delivered. So she ran downstairs and she was like, I'm not waiting 2 weeks. And I was like, no, I know, because you're like the most curious person I've ever known. So I knew that she was going to open it the second it got there, and that's perfectly fine. And if you're wondering, I got her The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune because I figured that is exactly what we all need at the moment. And yeah, I've owned that book maybe a month and I've already read it twice. So that's where I'm at with that book. And I was like, okay, that's Anna's birthday gift. But the thing was, when I did my clear out of my bookshelves, there were 2 books that I sort of figured Anna would probably appreciate. The first one is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, because she doesn't have a physical copy, and I figured that'd be nice. And I'm not reading this. I've tried. I can't get into it, which is really sad. I'm sending this her way. And then also The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper, because again, it's just like a nice fluffy contemporary about 2 boys falling in love. And then there's also some stuff about the internet and social media, and also some spacey stuff. There's some NASA stuff in here, and yeah, it was really sweet. So I'm also sending this her way. So I'm gonna package those up. And don't worry, she won't see this before her birthday, and she kind of knows she's getting these anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh goodness. Yeah, so I'm gonna package these up for her and put a little note, and yeah. Right, let's see if I can package these. I'm going to start by trying to pick a card. Now, I've picked up this habit from my mother. She always had what I like to call her card drawer. So, I have cards to pick from. Let's see what we have. Dogs. She's not a dog person though. She's, like me, a cat person. Let's see. I think I love this card. It's so beautiful. I like you, coffee, and cats, so that's true. I'm putting that aside, that's funny. The magic. Oh yeah. This is one of those where like you can see the text move and things. Oh goodness, I have so many cards. Cool Kids Never Sleep. That is so not us. We like our sleep. More Mountains. These are cards that I'll probably never send anywhere. These are just Belfast cards. Well, this is Northern Ireland. That's the Mourne Mountains. But yeah, they still stay in the card drawer. Oh, for fuck's sake. I like that one. Free hugs. Cute. Be brave. Let there be coffee. It's another cute one. Very cute. Possibly. If you're not a bad influence, I'm afraid we can't be friends. I like that. Friend, I'd be lost without you. That's cute. Okay. And then we have this little thing that I bought when Anna and I was in Stockholm to see Ed Sheeran quite a few years ago now. And I bought it at a photography museum. It's just little like Polaroid cards, but they're really, it's beautiful photos. Let's see what we have. She's not much of a drinker. She's not a drinker at all. Actually. Let's see here. Is there anything? I've had these for several years now, so like the best of them are probably gone. But they're all really cool. Like, I like these photos a lot. Okay. Anna really liked that. Anna's favorite color is pink, if I'm thinking correctly. What if I'm wrong? But like something like that, possibly. Little envelopes to put them in. Okay, so I have a couple of choices here. What if Anna watches this and then when I've like chosen, she's like, she picked the wrong one. We have this one, which is really cute and has like a nice pink little envelope. Then we have very cute, which I find adorable. And then I like you, coffee and cats, which is essentially very true. Oh no, what do I pick? Let's go. I like you, coffee and cats. Like, who else would I send that to? Can you tell that I'm not particularly good with actually making choices? I don't like this at all. I picked my pink pen because, as I said, Anna's favorite color is pink. Unless, as I said, I'm very wrong. And in that case, Anna, I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how Anna's actually celebrating her birthday this year, so maybe I'll see her also, but that's fine. Okay, now that that's done, this is the thing. I've been looking on my bookshelf and all the books that I feel like reading right now, I don't own yet. However, so the sci-fi bookstore that me and Anna talk quite a bit about on this channel, because it's essentially where we buy most of our books, is open, should be open today until 4. I'm not entirely certain if that's still true right now, but I do know there's a couple of books there now that I would like to read. So even though they might be closed, I might as well just get out and get some fresh air anyways. So that's what's happening. We're gonna go on a little excursion. We're gonna take the bus into downtown and try and go to the sci-fi bookstore. We'll see if it's open. If it's not, that's fine. I'll just like grab a cup of coffee and then take a walk and go home again, I guess. But let's see if we can get a couple of new books. That'd be fun. bit of a fail. The sci-fi bookstore, as I kind of suspected, was closed on Sundays. The internet was like, it should be open until 16. Until 16. I just translated straight from Swedish. It should be open until 4. And someone had like put in a suggestion that it was closed on Sundays. So I was like, it's probably closed, but we'll see. And it's really nice weather out, so that was fine. But yeah, it was closed. And then I tried to, as you probably saw, because I probably put some clips in of the local, like our normal bookstore, and there's literally just 2 cases, like bookcases of English books in there, and none of them were interesting. I'd also like, one of the books that I in particular wanted to pick up from the sci-fi bookstore was Earthlings by, oh Jesus, I think she's Japanese. She also wrote Convenience Store Woman. I'll put Earthlings here because I won't remember the name of that author. I don't know why I really want to read that. And I also want to read a book called The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Once again, I'll put it here because I have no idea what the author is called. I'm entirely certain that The Girl Who Drank the Moon would have had, like, I don't know if that book would have been there. And then there was something else. Let me check. So there's a book called Mushy Mushy. I think, if I understand it correctly, that is how you answer the phone in Japanese in Japan. And essentially, this seems to be about a girl and her mother who's suddenly, like, fairly recently lost her father, and somehow he starts communicating with her through his old phone. And I was like, okay, I'm in. But once again, I don't think I won't be able to get that here most likely, so I'll probably just have to order them. So, but it wasn't a complete bust because I got myself some very late lunch because it's almost 3. I got myself a vanilla latte iced on oat milk with some vanilla, which is my favorite. I love this. And I also got a sandwich. And I bought this from Espresso House, which essentially is our Starbucks, I guess. I think we have a couple of Starbuckses, but because we already had one of those, we were like, nah, we're fine with our own. I'm gonna eat this and watch some TV, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might try and pick a book up that I actually have, that I own, because I have books. I don't know why I was like, I'm gonna go buy a new one. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'll get back to you.
This is crazy.
Now I've had my lunch and god damn it. Like, the thing is, I kind of feel like watching? No. I kind of feel like reading a Murakami book. Wait, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in frame first. Okay, that's good. Yeah, as I was saying, kind of feel like a Murakami book, but at the same time, I'm not sure if this is what I need at the moment. The thing is, the only Murakami book that I have on my shelf that is not read is 1Q84. I'm gonna grab it, 1 second. And I have this gorgeous edition, which is just, you know, beautiful in every which way, really. I have it divided into 3 books as it was originally published when it was published in Japan, as I've understood it. But yeah, I sort of fell in love with this design. I was like, yeah, I want that one. Problem is with this, there's a lot of, as I've understood it, there's a lot of violence and sex and all all of the things, as it usually is in Murakami. And I'm not entirely certain that's what my brain needs right now. And also, as I've talked about before on this channel, I'm terrible with series because I forget everything. So the thing is, I would want to read all of them at once, like in a row, marathon. And I'm not entirely certain it's a great idea to start a trilogy right now for me. I don't know what to do. Because it's still like, it's only like 3 o'clock. I could still like read quite a bit. Like I have time. But I don't know what I want to read. Well, I kind of do, but I don't have that on my shelf. I'm gonna scour my shelves a little bit more and see if I can find something that's more something that I would like to read. Otherwise, I might actually start it. We'll see. Oh gosh. Okay. I've scoured my shelves after something that I want to read, but I think I might just give up. There's nothing that sort of piques my interest at the moment. Yes, 1Q84, but I also don't feel like that's gonna be good for me at the moment. I feel like the book is gonna be great. Like, that is gonna be fantastic. But I don't feel like it's gonna end well for my mental health. I might just stop reading for the day. It's almost 4 now, I think. And so I need to sort of sort out stuff before uni starts again tomorrow, and sort of make sure that I know all the stuff that I need to be doing during the week anyways. So plan ahead, I guess, or at least try to. I might try and do like a Zoom call with Anna and have like a chat so that we can sort of sort out this YouTube channel, because as I said, we haven't seen each other since the beginning of January. We're trying to keep the restrictions as much as we can, and also on top of that, I've spent like a lot of time back at my mom's, because that's exciting news. I'm an aunt now. I have a little nephew, so I've spent quite a bit of time back in our hometown, because that is where my older brother still lives with his partner, obviously, and now his son, who's really cute, by the way. Lots of stuff has been happening lately. Also, I can give you a clue as to both of the books that I've read today are a part of a new series that I'm starting on this channel. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I'll give you a clue. Both of the authors of these books were Japanese. And I mentioned that I wanted to read more translated works from Asia. That's one of my goals for the year. I might have also watched a couple of movies from that region, as well as a TV show or two. So that's all the clues you're gonna get for now. Expect a new series starting fairly soon, I think. We'll see, maybe it'll be up the first episode in like a couple of weeks or something. So that was an anticlimactic end to this reading vlog, because I don't feel like reading anything. But I have read 1.5 books today, so that's fine. I wasn't able to read at all during this week, during like Monday till Friday, because I had 3 examinations. There was no time for leisurely reading, so this was sort of the first time this week that I was able to sit down and just sort of read because I wanted to. I'm not doing, at uni, I'm not doing anything that requires me to read like any, what's it called, like fiction books. I'm not doing an English degree or anything related to books in general at university. I'm actually studying media and communications. But this last month or so, I've been studying media history, and I've read about 6 or 7 non-fiction books around that, and I've learned a lot about our royals in Sweden, who have been mostly quite terrible, actually. So sometimes when I have too much like non-fiction to be reading in school and coursework to be doing, I'm really actually quite bad at reading like for enjoyment for myself. Sometimes it's really easy and I can just sort of slip into it. Other times I watch TV or something instead, because my brain can't sort of differentiate between reading non-fiction and fiction books sometimes in the evenings. Kind of depends. So my reading is quite sporadic, actually, which is fine. I read quite quickly anyways. So I sort of tend to catch up anyway. That is how my life is looking at the moment. I guess that wraps up today's reading vlog. Let me know if you have trouble reading during the week, and if you have any tips or tricks on how to differentiate, especially if you're studying, but also if you're just a working person and in the evenings sometimes we're all tired and just want to lay in our couches instead. And if you don't have anything of that, just tell me what you've been reading lately. I'd love to know. And so would Anna, I guess. I hope you're doing well, and we'll see you next time. Bye.